Keller Williams. Those are some of the bigger names out there. Thank you to Jason for helping me do this, and whoever else is involved behind the scenes with 1 Million Cups, and thank you everyone for attending here. A little bit about me. I'm a born and raised Yooper, grew up in the Calumet area, married, living in Hancock, have a 7-month-old son. I really like being outside up here. I love backcountry snowmobiling. I love surfing in Lake Superior all winter. Mountain biking in Copper Harbor. I love to go there once a week in the summer if I can. Hiking and camping. I've been selling real estate for about 5 years. I started when I was 22. At a different agency, I've sold about 260 properties so far. And then, so March of last year, I got out of the business. 2018, I battled depression, and it was getting tough for me. But I kind of worked my way through that. A little touchy there, sorry. I didn't expect that, but I got my head back together, and 3 months ago, I had a conversation with a mentor. He really challenged me on real estate. And sorry, I didn't know that was there. But he drilled me on real estate, and the reasons I got out of real estate had nothing to do with real estate. So I got back into the game, and I've been having a really good time with it. I'm enjoying it a lot more. I'm taking care of myself. Before, I kind of burnt myself out working too hard. Just literally working till 10 o'clock midnight a lot of days, which probably isn't healthy for a good 5-year run. But being that I'm in my 20s, maybe a little bit naive, it was a good lesson for me to learn that in my 20s. Exp Realty is a very fast growing company. You can see in 2017 there's a little over 5,000 agents. 2019 as a company we passed the $25,000 mark, or 25,000 agent mark. I don't know what 2020 is at so far as numbers. Why EXP as an agent? I do have my broker's license. I could have my own office independent of any brand. Some things I like about it, it's cloud-based. All the systems are on the cloud to sell real estate. I don't need a physical office at all. I do choose to have a physical office just because I don't want to work at home. But you could think of this EXP as Blockbuster and Netflix. People used to go to the stores all the time to get their videos, and now we don't see any Blockbusters around. Everybody's streaming, on their phone, computer, TV, whatever, internet. Same thing with EXP. Everything's on the cloud. So an agent could have their business in their laptop. They could work out of a coffee shop anywhere. It's really forward thinking. No need to spend a lot of money on an expensive office. They have a really advanced technology package that comes with it. It's called Conversion. It's really good for capturing leads online, generating business online. If I were to buy that just not affiliated with EXP, that would cost me $600 a month. So a good $8,000 a year that's worth right there. There's a lot of training. EXP offers a lot of training to their agents. There's an extensive schedule every week from highly successful agents. It's pretty cool. This is one thing that really sold me is the stock incentive on the company. And EXP is an agent-powered business. Anybody that joins EXP can earn stock. So EXP is basically growing through agents and not versus brokers. But basically, if you're with any real estate company, they'll take a percentage of your sales. Usually they cap it at a dollar amount. With EXP, they'll take $16,000 at the most from me as an agent to pay for what they need to pay for. But in exchange for that, they'll actually give me $16,000 in stock incentives, which I could redeem after 3 years. So if I sell a decent amount of houses every year, I'm actually paying $0 to the company. And I have $16,000 worth of stock that's growing up in value. I talked to an agent with EXP. They joined about 3 years ago. I mean, they have, from their first year in business, their stock is worth around $45,000 just from 1 year. But what's cool about that is agents have an incentive to help each other out because everybody is a part owner in the company. Revenue share, I also can get paid to recruit another agent in another state. If I know a friend in Ohio, Minnesota, I can recruit them to EXP, earn a percentage of what they sell, and be incentivized to help them. Also, the agent that recruited me, he's out of Marquette. He has incentive to help me, so it's really nice. If I have a sticky question, I give him a call, and he's willing and able to help me out. This is just on the agent end. What attracted me to it, and what's in it for someone to come to EXP. EXP as a consumer, to be honest, I don't know if this is spoken about. I think real estate consumers pick agents and not companies. I'll be honest, with EXP, there's agents I wouldn't hire. There's a lot of agents I would hire, and with other brands as well. There's horrible agents and excellent agents. It really depends on the agent, I think, for real estate. With EXP, compared to my previous office, I have more money to play with for marketing a client's property when it comes to listing and selling. Current progress, I've been full-time, as I said, for 3 months. I have 3 listings so far, and there's 30 or so buyers, future buyers, and upcoming sellers that I'm working with. That's just a guesstimate right there, not an exact number. And I've had 5 people talk to me about a real estate sales career, which has really surprised me because I haven't been pushing that at all. So I'm really curious to see where that goes. And then I do have a full-time assistant lined up. I'm tentatively looking at hiring her in April, just playing that by ear with cash flow. My vision for selling real estate in the area is to have a really high-quality office with high-quality people. I don't want to just recruit 30 agents and have a bunch of people just kind of meandering around. I really want serious people to work with. And then I want to open in the future, this is more of a long game, it could be 3 to 5 years out, is offer property management for clients. For rentals, annual lease, it could be an apartment, single family house, and then for vacation rentals. I want to make it easier for someone to, say there's someone in Minnesota, Minneapolis that's wealthy. I want to make it easy for them to buy a property here and own it hassle-free, stress-free. And I think this can help me sell more properties to outside area people if it's stress-free. And I could help with this. I can help people earn passive income through investment properties as well. My big why with real estate, and this is a lot of people's why in the area, is to help attract new people to the area. I have a lot of family here. I like living here. We need a up curve in population. If our curve goes like this, we'll all have to scatter out of here if there's not economic opportunities. What I do want to help attract is entrepreneurs through real estate. I'm kind of figuring out how to do that. I don't have an exact process for that. If anybody has any ideas on that, I'm all game to hear them. Entrepreneurs, they create jobs that are good for people around here. And then high net worth people, because a high net worth person can spend a lot of money at local businesses and help support the area. If a rich person comes to the area, they build $1 million house, that's $500,000 in salaries getting paid out to local people. Or that could be a remodel as well. How I've done real estate in the past and how I plan on doing it in the future, and I'm doing it right now, is just always, it sounds cliches, but to always put the client before the paycheck. I really get involved in helping each client before they're making a purchase or listing their home. And there's clients that I still am in touch with. I've sold them something 5 years ago. If they call me, I'll help them out with whatever they might need. My philosophy is basically, and I didn't teach this to myself, someone taught this to me, is basically take care of your people, at a deep level, and the referrals usually follow. It's a slower game, it's a long game, doing it the right way, but it's worked out well for me. I haven't really advertised in 5 years at all. This round I have been, because I'm thinking of it a little bit differently. Not paid advertising, but marketing in general. Here's an example of that. I know that they could take this wood and turn it into building product for the properties they're working on. Be contacting adjacent landowners, targeted online advertising, promoting on social media. And what I've done for this property too is I've done an elevation heat map to show the topography that you can't see otherwise. And just if you're ever building, you should look at elevation heat maps so you can figure out the high point of a property for a couple $100. It's a really cool technology. But this is just an example of my new thing when it comes to listing properties. For buyers, I'm offering a love it or list it guarantee, which means if you don't like your house or land you bought, I'll list it for free up to 12 months. But this is just a way to know for sure that I'm not going to try to sell someone something they don't want, because I don't want to have to list it for free. This is just a way of backing up with, an agreement. For buyers, I'll utilize my network. It might mean asking around with my connections for a certain property if there's a very specific one someone's looking for. A lot of properties don't ever come on the market. They might go word of mouth, so you have to ask around. And certain sellers don't want to list on the open market for privacy reasons. It could be a doctor or a successful business person. They just don't want the drama associated with being on the MLS and the internet. And another thing I can do as an agent is I can search through the MLS 10 years to look for, feel free to reach out. And that's what I had there, so thank you for listening.
Questions? Go ahead, Deb.
Sure.
Adam, thank you for sharing your very first emotion about what you dealt with.
Sure.
Many of us in life have dealt with similar situations, and we thank you for sharing that with us.
Sure.
And congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
How can we help you?
Good question. I'm always open for referrals, of course. I don't like, and my ideal client is a quality person. I like working with nice people. I don't, if someone's snobby, they're buying the nicest place, I'm sorry, but I don't want to work with them. I sold a very expensive property to some buyers, and it was not worth the stress. They're the rudest people. They were literally talking me down to my face. So, open for referrals. I need to brand as something. I could use help there. I don't know who to hire for that or what to do there. And I'm open to any ideas for tying real estate with promoting the area, mixing that together as one. Sure.
Yeah, my name is Keith Myers. I'm leading the Remote Workforce Schema Initiative. And what we're trying to do is recruit people from other parts of the country who have the ability to work remotely. So I've got like 3 real estate partners in that initiative right now. And what we're doing is we're using social media to try to attract particularly people in the IT fields to come to the area. And so I've got 3 real estate partners who I feature currently on my boards, but I'd be interested in potentially adding you to the mix. And just to give you a sense for that, what we do is we use social media to draw people in, and then they have an opportunity to take a deeper dive on the area of remote workforce schema interest groups. In the last 30 days, we've had 347,000 people come to the boards. And so there's a real opportunity to, at least maybe get you out in front of some folks that way. And so I'd like to talk to them.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Daniel?
So I would like to share my story. So I was not from here, and I decided to move here. And Adam just happened to be my realtor. So he sold me my house, and I love it. And then when we connected on LinkedIn, and I saw that he had exited real estate, and I was so shocked because he did such a great job. So thank you for sharing your story, because that kind of explains. I was always wondering what happened, and now I'm just so glad to see you back in real estate, because I thought you did a great job, and I sent people to you. So that's my story.
Thank you.
The bottom of the top 20% threshold is $68,000 in income. And I was wondering, since it seems to run through your talk, is if you're looking at that end of the market, up to say 600,000 as potential customers, for the future growth of your business, have you kind of more formalized that part of it?
Like target that group? Is that what you mean? Oh, do you mean, am I targeting that group? Is that your question?
Yeah.
Not directly, but I've noticed that the more I improve myself, the higher quality of people usually are attracted to me. So that comes in hand with growing me. So not directly, but it happens naturally on its own. Yes.
So you said that part of your idea is dealing with people who like to flip homes. Maybe you can do that too. You know people in construction who would like to do that?
There's a lot of contractors that I work with that do that.
Well, because there's a lot of, so were you here for the first?
No.
Okay, so there's a lot of discussion about blight in our area.
Yeah,
And the flipping would really help with blight.
definitely.
Especially if you can get people who have had these homes in their family for 300 years.
Yeah.
And they don't want to give them up, but nobody's living there.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
I was on the highway talking, so you might have gone over this, but like, the percentage, the traditional percentage that the homeowner pays for real estate, do you have a different one, is that?
Actually, my rates are on the higher end for local agents. I won't be the cheapest agent. I shoot to provide as much value and as service as possible. I'm not the cheapest agent. What's that?
Well, I guess you charge different from what they do in a.
Yeah. So any commission paid, if someone hires me as a buyer's agent or a seller's agent, that is a completely negotiable fee with me or any agent that you hire. Just so you know.
So if somebody wants to come up here, you have the traditional real estate groups that
Yep.
are up here, Century 21, and so on and so forth. Your company is a whole new brand. They might never have heard of it. I never heard of it until you mentioned it. So
Mhm.
how would they find you?
Most of it is referrals.
Okay, so you do word of mouth. You're not out. The company doesn't help. bring
No.
people to you, right?
No, most of it's word of mouth and then social media. Those are the big two.
But if somebody just was going real estate, Houghton County, would you come up?
I think so. I'd have to check on that. But the beauty of it is if I get, what's helped me in the past is having a lot of testimonials on my website. So 20% of my business is literally people just looking at agents' profiles. Be like, oh, this guy has a lot of good reviews. I want to hire this guy. So I know with that I can capture a lot of that business. Jason?
Yeah, I mean, what I'm hearing you say is it seems like you're focused on more of a long-term approach to real estate and really looking to help people plan for the now and the future.
Yeah.
And, with your focus right now on social media, as you're saying, I think you're targeting a growing demographic, I guess you could say, but a lot of maybe first time or second or third, I would say first or maybe second time buyers. I don't know if that's necessarily true or not, but I guess my feedback to you is, connecting with people like Keith
Mm-hmm.
and other people in the community for those who are looking for something that maybe is a little bit different, but
Yeah.
getting their foot in the door, that might open up a lot of opportunities for you. And like you were saying, I think on a prior slide, with pairing up with some of these other businesses,
Mhm.
really just obviously, that's going to be your marketing strategy.
Yep.
To his point, you need to get your brand out there, your name out there,
Yeah.
but you want to target the right people is what you're saying, the kind of people that you want to work with. So that's just my suggestion, is to continue to hone in who it is that you're targeting, really
Mhm.
identify that, so that when people are looking for that type of realtor or that kind of experience,
Yeah.
people automatically direct them to you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
As a young professional, it's amazing. It's gotta be kind of confusing to grow up here and so, you see how certain real estate companies function based on, referrals, and they've been here for years and years and years, and now I see you coming in as, the technology is causing an awful lot of the analytics part
Mm-hmm.
to package that house or that to the buyers or sellers.
Mm-hmm.
And is that the biggest challenge?
No. Technology actually makes life easier.
Pardon?
Technology makes life easier because, say I'm working with a buyer, they can narrow down their search on their own. I want these 10 houses. And then if I know what they really want, I might be able to recommend something that they might not be aware of. So it actually just speeds up the process.
So
It's
here's the challenge to the ones that have been in real estate for years, or use technology. Because there's real estate people who are on their third, fourth sale on with a customer, they don't come and get that for years.
mm-hmm.
Because they work with them, they get pigeonholed to that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think you're a little bit of a trap for a lot of people in some ways.
Yeah,
You're a professional.
I've gotten some really nasty feedback from local agents, just for doing this. It kind of saddens me a little bit, but I know all those are good people, but it saddens me a little bit. But just to go back in time a little bit, the businesses used to have the power because they have the data. Now the consumers have the data, and now they have the power. So now businesses have to add real value. You know, that means just really taking care of people. That's what I'm passionate about.